How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Resolve. So last time, we finally finished off the first case, which was still surprisingly long. But it was better paced than the first case in the last game. And that brings us to episode 2, the Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro.
The Kokoro.
I find it weird, I've never actually played any of these episodes, but like in the other games, it doesn't let you just jump to a chapter that you've never played.
Yeah, that's cool.
But in this one, it does. So I find that a little weird.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. 11-7.
It was a ghastly tale of a winter's night. One of an invisible killer and a crime perpetrated on the pavement along Briar Road. As the victim lay at death's door, the mystery of just who had stabbed the young lady from behind had been resolved. But no sooner had my friend saved that Eastern Exchange student from his harrowing plight than in the dim, flickering shadows of gaslight did a second bizarre crime rend the stillness of that very night.
A double murder?
I dare say
shit.
most can still recall the sensational headlines of the day. Haunted apartment of death. The condemned criminal's curse. The dread demon of coal gas.
Damn. It's an awful.
Yet, though the great detective had at once discerned the truth upon his arrival at the scene, it only proved to be the overture
Is that the one, dude?
Is that the
announced
dude?
rising
Give
of
me
the
the
curtain
nunnery.
on a most tragic play.
Okay, I thought this was going to be the Great Exhibition for Case 2, but I guess maybe it's a different one. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a fledgling lawyer just starting out on my journey. 6 months ago, I arrived as visiting student of law, having made the long voyage across the sea from the Empire of Japan to here, London, England. And on the way, in quite extraordinary circumstances, I made the acquaintance of a world-famous detective.
This guy.
Currently, I reside in the attic of the detective's own lodgings, from where I run my legal consultancy of sorts. I've successfully defended a number of clients in Britain's highest court, the Old Bailey. But since a particularly grueling and unforgettable legal battle 4 months ago now, I haven't returned to the courtroom. In truth, I lost my right to return. But that epic trial was just one small part of an epic tale. A tale which was now about to waken from slumber.
From an epic slumber.
Wait, he was barred from coming back to court after Case 5? When,
Oh?
actually you grade in? Because it was like, I guess maybe national secrecies. They were like, you're not coming back.
Oh, I don't know.
Thanks to a letter that arrived this morning from my homeland. Oh yeah, Susato's not in this.
Rumble.
So who's gonna be my assistant? What a delicious smell wafting up the stairs. It must be nearly time for breakfast. I better go down to Mr. Schultz's
It's
suite
time to break fast.
and say good morning to the great detective and his flatmate. Alright, Luke.
13th August, 7:28.
You already fucked up. It's 30th.
Oh, 13.
30th August, 7:28. Sholmes's suite.
Wow,
I
that
want to
was
die.
terrible.
Oh, Rena, good. I heard you mess with that date. I was just about to call up to you. The bacon's ready. I don't know.
Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious as usual.
Good morning, Iris.
Before we eat that... Not the word, shut the fuck up. This could be the truest thing for my pre-breakfast stagnation repelling mental stimulation, my dear fellow.
What?
Morning to you too, Mr. Oh, hey, he got his thingy back on his desk.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, I see. So that's it.
What the fuck? Get your breath out of my face.
The truth is as clear to me as day. My faculties of observation have revealed it again.
Also, I could see up your nostrils while I was that close to you. You should really trim your nose hair.
What are you talking about? You, Miss Naruhodo, you have this very morning?
Long, luscious hair in your nose.
Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely warrants explanation. Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button of your jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two facts point to you having been flustered this morning. Can I talk now?
No.
No. But of course, though I don't look for admiration, you understand? My hair always looks like this. It's been this way since I first met you. Oh, it has? And the button was ripped off last night, if you remember. By you.
Hurley pulled your button off.
I was trying to grab his bowls, but it didn't work. Oh, yes, I recall the incident now. I was out to supper, was it not? You took a potato off my plate.
I was starving, so I took your button, and then you said give it back.
I was eating in advance. I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of Humpty.
Humpty.
Then, to my utter dismay, the third string snapped. What ought to happen?
So I stole your
Why?
button to make myself feel better. If you lose something or I lose something too, it makes it better.
Little wonder then to my vexation, I grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it from its proper place. Well, I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket.
Well, I ate it.
Well, it's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Helpful. What matters at that present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring.
That's so funny that he ripped the button off and said, go fucking look for it yourself.
Yeah.
But Hurley, Runo said when he...
Yeah.
Runo said when he came in, didn't he? I messed that up. I had a surprise this morning.
Alright, how fast is this murder gonna pop up?
Right now, they're gonna bust through the window.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, come in.
Well, that really is a surprise. I hate him.
This guy, I hate him.
This man is the pride of the British Empire, the famous consulting detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. There can't be a single person in the world who doesn't know his name. You know, I think it's kind of funny how they're doing all these introductions when who on earth would play the second game before doing the first one?
Me.
Like, it's not like Justice for All.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
where it's like a separate thing. Like, I feel like these two games are supposed to be so intertwined. It's like, why would you play the second one first?
For shits. I have no idea.
Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it goes cold. I'm going to throw it in the fire. And I have a new herbal tea for you to try too. My latest special blend. Herbal.
Cyanide. Ariel Iris Wilson, Mr. Sholmes' lodger and companion. A truly exceptional young girl. She's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. It's published in Rance magazine.
More like rancid.
So, Miss Not Home, what should I put out out of your misery? Hour? What surprised you this fine morning?
I'm going to put you down.
Well, I received a letter from Japan.
Oh, from Susie you mean? Was it? Really?
That's right. Why I was gonna say it like that.
That's
but it's
left?
really weird. That's right, left. She had some rather startling news, in fact. Her father died.
Oh.
Oh, intriguing indeed. That's funny. You must tell us about it over breakfast.
Oh
Hey.
yes, what fun!
Not
we'll do that.
fun.
Later.
Later.
When it gets to this time of year, Londoners seem to leave their hearths. Hearth?
Hearth.
I light all day long, and I love it. There's something very relaxing about watching the flames flit and dance about. Sure, but a fireplace in days of summertime is a waste of space. Really no use at all. Except for burning bodies.
Rather like a great detective in the days, no crimes and no criminals. Criminals? Hurley?
That line was criminal. Well, consider this. Instead of a fireplace, a frost place. That's my latest idea.
Why?
An extraordinary hearth, from which emanates a cool breeze in the hot summer months. What do you think?
It's where you actually take a giant block of ice and shove it in your fireplace?
I think if you invented such a thing, your name would go down in history.
I think your name would go down.
Your principle is extremely simple. One must, of course, light a coal fire in the hearth. Yes, of course. Brilliant. Trouble is, none of the fires I build ever burn cold. How it taunts me. So, as you British say, it's a bit of a damp squib.
Squib?
No one says that. Ah, yes, the huge metal chest with the lace cloth laid on it, being used as a table for tea and coffee. It's very sturdy, that's for sure, and firmly locked shut.
That chest contains my father's detailed records of Hurley's many cases.
Yes, so I've been led to believe. Though personally, I've never actually seen inside.
And that's the way it will stay. Those papers are a secret between Daddy and me.
Who's dead, by the way.
What the fuck? If you go opening it uninvited, you might find yourself being bitten with my teeth.
With the gun? What, is there a
Yeah.
beast inside there or something?
The beast. Look at me. I'm a beast.
I'm a beast. You're a bitch. These are different pieces of evidence from cases you've solved, aren't they, Mr. Sholmes? Not quite, Mr. Naruhodo, not quite.
Naruhodo.
These trinkets are a selection of cases I've solved with particular aplomb. Aplomb? I don't know what words I'm using anymore. They're souvenirs for my success. Memoirs. Memories. Mr. Naruhodo. Memories.
Both.
Really? So tell me about the case in which the bust of Napoleon featured.
That's when I busted
Oh, I
Napoleon.
Memories, he says. Wonderful, Mr. Jones. Wonderful. Yeah.
Yo.
It's like I this how many files with how much shit there is to look at. Ah, yes, this is where you note down ideas, isn't it, Iris? What's the melting pot today? The blue carbuncle?
Yes, it's from a case of theft that Hurley solved ages ago, and the theft of a precious stone. A carbuncle is another name for a garnet, you see, especially if it's cut with a rounded top.
Oh, really? And this garnet was blue, was it?
Well, that's the thing. They're usually red. No blue garnets have ever been discovered.
Oh.
So who knows what the stolen gemstone actually was? That's the real mystery of the case.
A proper Sherlock Holmes conundrum, huh?
A kanani.
Conundrum. I look forward to finding out what aroma your tea will have, Iris. Every single day.
Oh well, I infuse a different concoction of herbs from the garden every time, so it's never the same twice.
When you call it a concoction, it sounds more like a science experiment than something for tea time.
It's poison. Oh yes, that's because different blends can have very different properties. Some calm you down, some make you feel jolly, some give you energy. Today's particular blend is something quite special, so you're really in for a treat.
That sounds ominous.
It is.
It's supposed to be. Alright, what kind of poisons? There's so many different bottles out there on that little white shelf.
Is that bleach?
Oh, do be careful, Runo. You mustn't try the contents of any of those bottles, even if you're hungry.
I wouldn't do something stupid like that. Susato would. I'm not a child, you know.
What? Well, I wish I could say the same for Hurley. The other day he polished off a full bottle with none of my one of my alkaloids.
He what? Yeah,
He said he was hungry.
I'll be extra careful.
I was hungry. I was literally starving.
What did you expect me to do?
I could type with my eyes shut, you know.
I can believe it. When a deadline's approaching, you sound like a Gatling gun.
That reminds me of a dream I had the other day. It was such a funny one. It woke me, actually. Done! I was typing for a whole hour in the pitch black, but I didn't make a single mistake.
That's incredible.
But then, when it got light, I found that there wasn't any paper in the machine. Now I wonder if I'd actually been typing at all.
I think you might just have fallen asleep on the job. Stupid. Then the other side. That machine really is imposing, isn't it? But I can never remember its name.
Hurley calls it the Great
Analytoscope.
Analytoscope. It can analyze anything at all.
That doesn't really help me. What does analyzing something even mean? Oh my god. Oh, an extremely astute question, Mr. Idiot. Sorry? Well, as Iris said, my machine here spits out analysis results of anything which you care to present it. But how to interpret those results? That's the key. And I confess I have no idea. Clearly, I'm going to have to construct a great analytoscope to solve this problem. That might not help. Will help me. Nothing. Ah, yes, Mr. Sholmes' faithful musical companion. Wasn't this violin made by somebody famous?
Yes, it's a Stradivarius.
Whatever the fuck that is.
I'm afraid you'd have to save up for 100 years before you could afford one, Runo.
Wow.
Basically, you're a broke bitch.
Didn't you buy it for a song, Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah, just one note.
I found a pawnbroker in one of the forfeited articles. Clearly says Stradivarius on the label. What? The ignorant broker had no idea of its true value, so I paid him 55 shillings for it.
That's crazy.
Yes, I had something of a turn for shopping. Sherlock Holmes, bargain hunter. But is it really a Stradivarius then? But of course, my dear fellow, it said so on the label. I think perhaps the ignorant broker had something of a turn for selling. Dumbass. books, papers, scientific implements. These shelves are stuffed to the gunnels. Mr. Sato wouldn't be able to help herself if she were here. She can't stand mess. Always annoying.
What did you say? Susie might not be able to stand the mess, but she wouldn't dare touch those shelves.
Oh, why not?
Because they're crusty. Everything's in intricate balance. Hurley spends ages on it. If you were to touch even one thing, the whole lot would come tumbling down. Susie noticed it was very delicate arrangement, right from the outset.
You make it sound like a meeting of great minds. But the truth is, Mr. Sholmes just needs to tidy up. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I want to turn you into that skull.
Alright, finally. Now we can actually talk. But first.
Look at my armband.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, about this. Shh, not another word. Oh yes, I see. This would be a collar for a breed of miniature canine with a particularly long neck, and for winter use. Actually, it's an armband that I always wear to symbolize my role as a defense lawyer.
Nonsense.
Precisely, which leads us to one conclusion. Your arm is in fact the particularly long neck of a miniature canine.
What?
I'm starting to wish I'd never showed him this now. The man's barking mad. Good one, me. I'm leaving. Just kidding. This is the letter that arrived from Japan this morning, by international post.
Oh, how lovely! Look at Susie's beautiful handwriting. I wish I could read it.
And how is your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? Hopefully she died. She's very well, thank you.
She's
In
not
fact,
dead.
According to what she's written, she actually appeared as a lawyer on a Japanese Supreme Court and won a case.
Really? Oh, isn't she wonderful?
And then she got, convicted.
Oh.
A cut above your good self, my dear fellow. I've won cases too, you fuck. Apparently, Mr. Natsume appeared on the trial as a witness, and there was also this really weirdo named Many Memo.
Oh, Mini Memo-san.
Nimini Pimini, whatever the fuck.
Nimbly bimbly.
Natsume. No, I don't recall that name. Of course you do. We helped the man twice. You know, in those 2 cases that took place on Briar Road 6 months ago. The 2 cases, which one case I don't know about. Oh, the mustache twitchy man with the somewhat feline eyes and mustache. What second case are they talking about?
He didn't have 2 moustaches, Hurley.
Yes, who could forget those 2 cases? They would have a very deep impression on me. We are definitely getting a flashback case at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Although I must confess, the details are a little hazy now.
So let me flash back.
Very deep impression he made on me. Ooh, clearly. I wonder if this is the flashback case, then.
That would be boring.
It is called the Memoirs of the Cloud of Kokoro, so
Yeah,
I
I
wonder if it's
noticed.
going to go back.
Well, I guess if it does that, we could just skip it.
Well, why would we skip it?
Well, if it was a flashback.
No, it's not going to be a flashback to case 4. It's going to be, there's a second case that we never saw.
oh yeah, there was that whole thing at the beginning.
Yeah, where it's like there were 2 cases, and we're like, what's the second case?
Oh,
We never
and
saw
I was
it.
over here like, yeah, they're just gonna redo the
Yeah,
same thing.
we're just going to skip it. So what was the startling news penned by Mr. Soto? Do you remember the case of the haunted lodgings, Mr. Sholmes? Okay, yeah, this is most definitely going to be a
skipped it,
flashback. This is definitely a flashback. Oh yes, it's very interesting, you know. I don't feel entirely uncertain that a case of that nature did not occur. He's totally forgotten then. Anyway, in her letter, Mr. Sato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate further. Oh, is this a case that never got solved? Well, it took place half a year ago? For what purpose? Because of something that Mr. Natsume said to her, apparently. He suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with that case of the haunted lodgings. What? Oh.
What did you say?
On Mr. Natsume's return to Japan, Mr. Sato's father questioned him about the case, she says. And something Mr. Natsume said appeared to trouble Professor Mikotoba, prompting him to send that telegram.
Oh, that case, yes. It was very strange, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I had compiled the whole story into a nice, neat manuscript ready for publication, too. But then Hurley here was all funny about it, remember? He was very mean. That story must not be published, you said, very mysteriously as well.
Really? I said that? Are you sure? Do you perhaps know something about it as well, Mr. Sholmes? About why Mr. Sato was suddenly told 4 months ago that she had to return to Japan? No?
Well, I don't know.
Well, like a fucking miracle worker.
It's been 4 months now since we waved Susie off at the Dover.
The Titanic.
The freaking Titanic.
It was such a shock, wasn't it? The way she suddenly announced that she had to go back to Japan.
Yeah. Indeed,
That
it
was
was.
pretty crazy.
Due to a telegram she received from her homeland, I believe. That's right, telling her to return urgently. Well, I wouldn't have done that. Because her father had passed away.
It's all built different.
No, it said he was suffering from a high fever, the cause of which was unknown. He's not dead. But according to this letter, that news about her father's fever was just a ruse.
A ruse?
Yeah.
So Susie's daddy lied to her that she'd be making, she'd get her back.
Home.
Yeah.
Get back here.
Why would he do that?
Yeah. I have to admit, I have absolutely no idea. But she believes it's almost certainly related to the case of the haunted lodgings.
I remember haunting a lodging once.
Summoning her back to Japan so suddenly like that. I wonder what Mr. Sato's father is hiding.
Hurley, do you know what it's all about?
What?
Whoa, jacket time.
Ah, well, who could say? What? But you said.
I lied.
Please, I have engagement, my dear fellow. Calendar's quite fucking full today.
Pencil you in, not.
And a stringent analysis of the matter would be excessive, I feel, even if I were Clyde at leisure. So, a man in the fault in my absence, where's your Iris?
No! I will, Hurley, don't worry. See you later.
Okay, so Sholmes gonna be accompanying us.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Oh, goodbye.
He scuttled off rather quickly there. Okay, I guess we're going.
He ran into the door frame.
I think perhaps Professor Mikotoba is the only person hiding something here. Sosuke-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them was forbidden from being published. By, of all people, Mr. Sholmes.
Aha! I found them at last.
Iris, are they...
The notes about the case. That's right. Susie and I compiled them together. The case of the haunted lodgings. Do you want to read them, Runo?
No.
Absolutely. Thank you, Iris. I have no idea what secrets could still be hiding in the shadows of this case. But perhaps if I read over the notes again, something might come to light.
That's the spirit.
Nice.
That's the ticket.
And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again together. Everything from what happened to our investigation and that fierce battle in court that followed. Reliving every detail. I just need to find a clue, and I have all the time in the world. Because, of course, I'm no longer allowed to practice law in the courts of Great Britain. What happened? That made it to where he's not allowed to practice law anymore.
I don't.
What did bro do?
Something.
It was 6 months ago, a mysterious incident that unfolded on the wintry streets of London. Alright, which returning characters
Oh yes.
are we gonna see?
Oh yeah.
A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement with a knife in her back. Oh yeah, are we gonna see her? No!
No.
Unfortunately, her life was spared, but she was
Monsieur
unconscious for
someone.
several days. And then following the
Something
incident...
tale.
Wait, is she gonna wake up and she's gonna be like a witness now?
Dude, that'd be crazy.
The fog was thick, and nobody saw her attack her, but by a cruel twist of fate, a visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. It's like this really is just a repeat of Case 4 again. It's literally the
For
same
some
thing.
reason, that's literally what I thought it was gonna be when you said it was a flashback. I was like, oh, it's a filler episode. Let's skip it.
That man was Sosuke's son, and the man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. Ah, tomatoes here. Believing in our compatriot's innocence, Sasato's son and I decided to represent Sosuke's son in court. And, after a grueling trial and many twists and turns, finally managed to prove his innocence.
Me when I fucking get you.
Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation!
The jubilant throng.
Was the man's reaction after the trial. But his jubilation was short-lived.
I still don't really know what jubilant means. I think I've gotten that question wrong on
Yeah.
that test every single time.
I think, what was the,
It was like the jubilant throng.
No, I mean, what was the test? I know there was like the foresight that we had to always take, which fucking sucked. And then we stopped after, like, I think 8th grade. I think it was the grade test.
Yeah.
That test was so fucking dumb.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about the question itself. It was like the jubilant
That question is in
throng
the grade test.
exploded.
It was,
was a picture of a net, like a butterfly escaping a net.
There was one getting a hoop.
Yeah, and then there was
Scoring.
one of the crowd going wild.
Yeah. There was like water exploding from something else. I can't remember.
And I answered it different every fucking time because I never knew
that
if I was
part of the
getting it right.
test. I think it was supposed to be like auditory comprehension, where like somebody would say a sentence and then you had to try to suspect what it correlates.
The proctor would be like, "All right, I'm gonna read this out loud. The jubilant throng exploded," and then everyone would be quiet, and you just hear pencils. The jubilant throng.
Yeah, and then it'd be like you gotta match the
exploded.
photo with the sentence. It's like
And they'd be
context clues.
If you
and
need me
shit.
to repeat, raise your hand. Don't
Yeah.
say anything.
What was the point? That test was so dumb.
It was just to make sure you were actually learning shit in school, and if you did bad, your teachers got like poorly graded.
I thought that
for
was
it.
the foresight.
Oh, I don't know. It was fucking one of them.
And speaking of the foresight, remember for the foresight test, they always had that sample. Like they would always read, and then they'd read a sample story, and it was always how potato chips were made.
how the potato chip was born.
And it's like the chef got angry at the customer and decided to cut them
cinnamon.
really thin
"Oh, I'll
and
show
fried
you."
them, and then it became the potato chip.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that was just the example story. Here's the actual story, and the actual story was fucking garbage.
Yeah, and I found the potato chip story more interesting every single
Yeah,
time.
like fuck those tests. We received a telegram from Mr. Sholmes the following morning. What? The victim of the Briar Road stabbing has regained consciousness.
I'm a crazy
Oh,
fucking
no.
psychopath.
Hurry to Bart's at once. All right, I guess that person is gonna get a roll.
Shit.
So Susato-san and I summoned a handsome and headed immediately to the hospital. All right, have fun voicing this person.
God, I don't even know what.
So who else is gonna be in this then? I'm assuming probably that Shakespeare-looking dude. That is a big mouse. Look at that rat.
Oh, that is a fucking big mouse.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it's huge.
Anyway,
21st February, 5:30 a.m. St. Bartholomew's Hospital. Recovery ward.
Rat.
Is that a fucking rat?
There you are, lass. Good morning, Mr. Sean. Why would you say that? Well, I think not.
whoa.
Hey.
Oh,
Ew. You're
Ew.
late. What on earth took you so long?
I'm furious.
your telegram only arrived at 5 o'clock, Mr. Shams, and it's a 20-minute ride to the hospital.
That's right, and it's 5:30 now. I think we made a very good time. The time's only irrelevant. The fact is, I've been waiting for what felt like an eternity.
The time is utterly irrelevant, but you were late and I'm mad.
Yeah. The point of fact, I myself was woken up at 4 this morning by a telegram boy, and feeling it was somewhat unjust that I alone had been roused at such an hour, I sent one to you. Well, thanks for that, you fuckhead. What'd you call me? Anyway, you're here now, so the victim is over there. She's only just regained consciousness.
There's the victim, the rat.
It's the rat. She's chilling. I think this is so weird because I don't think we've ever had a victim from a previous case show up in the
I know,
next
that's
one.
kind of wild. I'm dead.
You should introduce yourselves. I shall observe from over there.
I think she might be feral.
Oh god. So that's the lady who was found on the snow-covered pavement with a knife in her back.
Her name is... yes, here we are. Miss Green.
She is green. Alright. Let's just examine your wares. This rounded wooden figure I thought it was gold. Isn't the most charming, is it?
I don't think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. I think that's an actual person. It's an artist's mannequin, I believe. He used to been practicing sketching the human form in different poses.
Really? It's not exactly what you'd call a typical figure for that purpose, though, is it? It looks like a trophy.
No, I suppose not. I confess I've never quite seen one so full-figured before.
Well, if you want to draw a full-figure person, it's the right tool for the job. Who's that?
Me.
Look, there's a photograph in this frame here. So what, is this person gonna die?
Oh god.
Who is
Hello,
that?
I'm gonna die.
Oh yes, it's a picture of a young gentleman.
Maybe it's her son?
It looks like his
never
name
mind.
is fucking Howard. He looks like they're about the same age as Miss Green, as I would say. Perhaps the young woman's special someone, do you think?
Hello, I'm Harry Styles.
Hello.
My, Mr. Naruhodo. I didn't know you had such a sense for matters of the heart.
Not in the least. I sincerely said the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted criminal.
An easel. This looks like the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Isn't this like an invasion of privacy? Do not feed. What is this place, a zoo?
You know, I seem to remember seeing an almost identical sign in our local park.
For the pigeons, yes. This is a person. Poor woman. I hope she hasn't read this. She's like, can you stop looking around at all my shit? Nice bag.
That must be a bag of Miss Green's personal belongings.
She would have been brought directly here after she was found stabbed on the pavement, though.
I expect a friend or family members probably brought something for her. That wow, I butchered that.
Alright then, let's see what's inside. Change of clothes, no doubt, and...
No!
Mr. Naruhodo, you must never scrutinize the young maiden's personal belongings.
But the young maiden might have chocolates, or biscuits, or caramel.
I should slap the shit out you.
Hello, rat.
Squeak! Eek, a mouse, Mr. Naruhodo. An enormous mouse.
What is that mouse?
Hello, I'm a mouse.
Vermin in a hospital? Doesn't seem to be the best.
But it looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump.
I'm not sure we could say that's down to the excellence of this facility if that's what you were thinking.
I'm going to eat it.
Okay, do it somewhere where I'm not here. There are lots of bottles in that cabinet, aren't there? Do you think it's safe to keep them like that?
Hee hee. If you were a patient here, I feel sure you'd take some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep.
That is a worry. But at least the cabinet has a lock, even though it's a flimsy looking one.
Oh, I have no doubt you'd manage to unlock that somehow while you were half asleep as well.
There are limits to even what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know, Mr. Sato. Tomato. Ah, this looks like the treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital.
The patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so...
He or she is probably running around the hospital then.
Oh dear, how worrying.
What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet. There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet, look. I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in the reach of everyone like this.
Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle.
Potter? Well, at least there seems to be a little lock to secure the cabinet doors.
I don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worry that you'd break the lock.
Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Mr. Sato.
It turns me into one.
Yeah, we know. Oh, we know.
I feel rabid.
Alright, I think that's over here. Alright. Good morning.
I don't know what voice to give her at all.
No.
Hello, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm from
Are
the
you
Empire Japan.
crying or sweating?
Oh no. Was it your knife that... Are you the man who...
Why the fuck would I show up? No, I'm a lawyer. I come to sue you.
Damn. And I'm Susato Mikotoba. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Snaily.
And I'm Snaily. Oh no. Was it your knife then? Are you the one? No. I assure you, I'm your worst nightmare.
I'm your fucking nightmare.
Oh, no.
Ew.
I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. Sometimes. We heard that you'd regained consciousness and wanted to come and give you our best wishes. And possibly our best curses. Best wishes? For me? Thank you. I'm Olive. Olive Green.
Didn't I call you an olive, like, when we first played this? I was like, oh, it's an
I think you
olive.
might have.
I'm an artist. Well, no, that's not right, is it? What I mean is, I'm trying to be an artist. But I'm not very good. Well,
trash.
what I really mean is, I desperately want to be an artist, but I'm not one. But the truth is, I don't have any talent. I know I don't.
Wow.
I'm shit. I'm a piece of shit. I'm literally terrible.
Double trash.
It's no wonder I was stabbed in the back. I would stab me too if I knew I was a shit artist.
I don't think that's related, actually.
Could you imagine someone stabbing you in the back because you sucked at it?
You're trash, Stab.
Gosh, this young woman seems to bend over backwards to put herself down.
Seeing as we're here, we should ask her about what happened from her perspective, I suppose. To suddenly be struck in the back by a blade as you were walking along the pavement. What a terrible experience you had, Miss Green.
It was so cold that day, and the fog was so thick, I couldn't see a thing. That was 4 days ago now, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
No. Yes, that's right. I'm afraid you've been comatose all that time.
It was actually 2 years ago.
What year is it? But the case has been solved, isn't it? Hasn't it? My bad. Well, up in here in the hospital, I mean.
Hello. Indeed it has, my dear madam. Oh, spectacularly, my none other than I. Hello, Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes, as you well know, it was Mr. Naruhodo's hard work in the court that solved this case.
What? Are you yet to hear what happened, Miss Green?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A gentleman from the police force is supposed to be coming to fill it in shortly. Fill me in, my bad. Oh, I see. Be coming around. Wait, my bad. Be coming round seems to invite everyone frantically.
You seem to have issues talking.
Oh, no, you. I'm sorry. I should have never regained consciousness.
What?
It was so
Huh?
for me. Oh no, yeah, you should have stayed dumb and dead forever. We're all relieved you're on the mend, Miss Green. We really are.
I definitely read that as we're all relieved that you're on the menu.
I
With
love
that kind
olives.
of attitude, maybe her surname should be Blue, not Green. Blue. So, you're an artist, are you, Miss Green?
Oh no, I could possibly claim that I'm a fledgling artist a bit.
Oh, so you suck.
I mean, I'm a student of art, really. At the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts.
Fin arts?
Fine Arts. Oh my, an Academy of Fine Arts. Great Britain is such a wonderful country.
Tell me, Miss Green, do you live hereabouts? In the hospital?
Why are you asking me that? Oh no, actually. I don't deserve it, but I have a little flat in Brixton Road.
I don't like you. I see, how very interesting.
Oh no, is it?
Brixton is some 10 stops away from the underground here from here. And Thorndike Academy is a mere 3-minute walk from Brixton Town Centre. Does that matter, Mr. Sholmes?
Are you
Perhaps not.
crazy?
But Briar Road is far less salubrious part of town by comparison, dwelling in others of inferior means. Including Maleficent Mr. Mustache. Inferior means? I suppose Sosuke-san does fit the bill. Struck me as somewhat out of the ordinary for a young fine art student to be walking in such a district. That's all. What's this? She's suddenly cleared up.
Mr. Sholmes, you should be ashamed of yourself prying into a young maiden's private affairs.
Oh, I don't give a fuck, dear me. Do forgive me.
If you don't mind.
Could you get the fuck out?
I literally hate you so much. I'm being discharged shortly, so I need to pack up my things.
Oh, yes, of course, don't die. We won't keep you.
What?
Thank you so much, Miss Green. Bye. What is your problem?
What are you
I sure, Mr.
barking?
Narrow Fodder here. Mr. Narrow Fodder. Fodder. Narrow Fodder now?
What'd
You didn't
call
even
me?
try.
Listen here, you narrow fucker.
Well, if you're looking for Naruhodo the lawyer, that's me, but... narrow
What?
fucker.
That's what
Good.
you was-
That's just for you. It's a message from Mr. Saucy Nutmeg.
What?
Mr. Natsume sent a message?
Oh my god,
To me?
saucy nutmeg.
I like
I'm
him saucy.
crying. But why would a policeman be
didn't
delivering
try
a message
either
from Mr.
time.
Natsume?
Exactly.
Bro
What's
literally
going
just
on?
said whatever you wanted.
What's a Scotland Yard constable playing delivery boy at this time in the
Oh
morning?
my god.
What are you waiting for? Let me
Open
see
that
that.
saucy nutmeg.
Oh. Well, this is most unexpected. Something wrong, Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah, saucy is dead.
Why is this not to me? Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? He says, have you not seen this note? You
No,
took it
you
from me.
ripped it out of my hand.
No, how could I have? Oh.
Sorry, I'll read it out loud then.
It seems London's criminals have no intention of letting the great detective rest. A new case calls. A case of murder, no less. Must depart at once.
Murder? Murder?
Call a cab. Time is of the end. But the trouble is, we've yet to read Mr.
Time is of
Natsume's
the
note. I was thinking we ought to pay him a visit in his lodging as we did. I thought Mr. Natsume left. That will be entirely convenient.
Convenient? What do you mean?
It's all here in the note, my dear fellow. The murder we must investigate took place in Mr. Mustache's lodgings. Wait, what?
Oh hell,
What?
A fucker.
A fiaker. A fiaker at
Oh
once.
hell. Fuckre. I have no idea what that fucking
Fiaker.
Fiaker.
It was
Listen
only
here, you
yesterday that Sosuke
fiaker.
was in court and we were dispelling doubts about his innocence. And now, the very next day, there's a murder at the man's own address. He may very well be the luckiest man alive. Or so it seemed to us at the time. We were soon to discover it was worse than we thought.
21st February, 7:18 a.m. Mr. Natsume's lodgings, ground floor.
What? No, you.
No.
What
no,
the fuck?
No.
Come on. This guy was funny. He died? What on earth? This guy was funny though.
Oh my, the gentleman is deceased
What
without
the
question.
fuck?
He's dead.
Local student, Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Mr. Natsume, why? Oh, why? Why is this happening? Why to me?
Why are you here?
I've only just got out of court yesterday. I was finally home after 2 days of misery. And then I wake up next day to this. No early bird should catch a worm like this. Woeful worm without wiggle. Well, I see you're fucking annoying. High spirits again this morning, Mr. Mustache. Not the horrible hairlock Sholmes. Shoo, shove off, show yourself the door. I never invited you.
Mr. Sholmes came here with us. I'm quite sure he'll be able to help you, Mr. Natsume.
Yeah, getting him arrested again. Well, I'm entirely at your disposal, Mr. Mustache. What can I do for you? Do you for?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, you're here too.
Yay.
Here they fucking are already. The busybodies.
Yeah, and he's the lazy fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna go off myself. Oh, Inspector Gregson, what a pleasant surprise. Fuck.
That's a lie.
Pleasant, is it? Gives me the heartburn every time I see your fucking face at a crime scene, Sholmes. More like dick.
What?
I deduce, Inspector, that your heartburn is a result of your excessive consumption of fried food.
That's actually kind of funny.
You know, I don't think we've actually seen these two interact.
No, actually, I think you're right. He's always just like, oh yeah, I hate that guy.
Yeah. Good morning, Inspector.
It's like, I want that guy off my
This is a crime scene. Don't you go touching anything, you...
Deal weed.
Well, good morning to you, Sunshine.
Natsume.
He is a sad...
What a sad man. I'm a sad man. I'm sad
Yeah,
because my
why?
man is dead.
He showed up for 2 seconds
Yeah,
in the
he
last
said,
game.
get thee to a nunnery, and then died.
So, Inspector, what was the victim's name? Who was he? Mr. William Shakespeare. He was a lodger here. As you could probably tell, he was an actor. A bit of a dead loss as it happens, or just dead.
That's a little distasteful.
Mr. Shamspeare.
There was the landlord, old Mr. Garadab, and the other lodger, Mr. Natsume, who found him.
Yes, I really
The fella didn't rise his usual hour, so Mr. Garadab got word and kicked the door down. But doesn't Mr. Garadab have a bad leg? Ah, yeah, you're right there. There was that dirty Japanese hunchback over there who actually did the kicking. Really? Sosuke-san? With those shoes? The victim was pretty hard up, it seems. He had done some time inside for petty crimes. He had no money, no place to go, and no friends. It's only acquaintances with the people in his house. Miserable life, and a miserable end to it. So, what exactly is Mr. Natsume still doing here? He's not involved in the investigation, so shouldn't you be sending him away from the crime scene? Well, I'm not saying it's because the fellow looks odd or anything, or that he acts suspicious. But I thought it would be prudent to take a statement from the cohabiter. You nearly said culprit there, didn't you?
Oh dear, Mr. Natsume appears to be under suspicion again.
It certainly seems that way. He does just come across as such an odd fellow, doesn't he?
Poor man.
I like when it just loaded poo.
Poo.
How unfortunate.
Poo man.
Pooman.
Anyway, I can't say much till the coroner gets here. But I don't think the fella's been a goner that long. Body's still warm. Even if the inspector would allow it, I don't think I could bring myself to touch that body.
I will.
I'll do it. Ori, I said hands off. You're gonna mess up my crime scene. Oh, no, I just wanted to look, that's all. No chance. I know you're kind. Don't mess it up just by looking at it. Someone's in a bad mood. There's certainly some bad air in here, isn't there? Oh wait, I farted, that's why. Alright, it sounds like I better talk to the inspector first and try to curry some favor. Well, I did that already, didn't work. What are you doing? What a terrible thing to have happened. It's only been 3 days since I was arrested for the incident on pavement outside. And then, having finally regained my freedom, it starts happening all over again. Endless existence of excruciating experiences. So the victim lived here on the ground floor, and your room is just one story up, isn't it? Yes, that's right. In a way, we were neighbors, I suppose. So did you know that did you know the victim? Were you friends? What's the matter with Sosuke-san now? It was an innocent enough question, wasn't it? Why does he seem so shaken by it? Well, I suppose he was a complete stranger. But he did invite me to his room, and then he fucking died. Never! Oh wait, did he ever? On my honor, I swear it.
What an extreme reaction.
Yeah.
You're probably wishing you'd never asked now, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
When we found him here, I felt wretched, which is why I said word asking you to come. There was that inspector over there. What are you doing?
What the hell? I'm caught in the spiderweb.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Huh, you need only deserve to know it, my dear fellow. Investigating naturally. There's nothing natural about that pose. Oh my god. Nimrod.
Mr. Sholmes, have you made some miraculous discovery?
Patience, my dear madam. Stop talking. I've not only been in his room for 5 minutes. So far, all I've managed to deduce is that someone died. What actually happened?
My goodness! But isn't that everything we need to know, Mr. Sholmes?
Now that you propose the idea, I believe one could indeed see it that way.
Holy shit.
At the present time, I've managed to draw 2 incontrovertible conclusions. The first, that there was a physical struggle here last night in which the victim fought for his life.
Really?
Mr. Natsume, what's wrong? Is something that Mr. Sholmes said significant somehow? No, don't mind me. Forget I was here.
Right, Twitchy.
And my second conclusion is that there was a poison lingering in the air here last night that passed the victim's lips. Nonsense!
What is going on with you?
Alright, Mr. Natsume, why are you reacting so extremely to Mr. Sholmes' deductions? No, please. Pretend I'm not here. Invisible, ineffable, inscrutable, insignificant.
Why are you killing people?
Impossible to ignore. This is the 3rd case you've been involved in.
I know.
You must tell us everything, Mr. Sholmes. Spare no detail.
But of course, my breakdown. Let the theatrical tragedy before us be unraveled by my great deductions presented for your pleasure in 2 acts. You've heard some truly astounding great deductions from Mr. Sholmes in the past. No doubt this will be no exception. More miracles will unfold before our eyes this time. So my dear fellows, for your delight and wonder, let the curtain rise for Herlock Sholmes, watching a reasoning spectacular. Act 1. The game is afoot. I'm still mad they just killed the dude.
I know, I liked him. He was funny.
So where's the other guy that he was arguing with last time we saw him?
I don't
Careful observation of the victim reveals to us the events that transpired in this disconsolate room last night. Foam at the mouth of the deceased clearly indicates the use of poison.
He actually does look kind of rough.
Yeah. Next to the victim, we notice the large dining plate, which contains, you'll observe, a fucking block of green
Moldy
cheese.
I guess
One
it's
half
all
of a
cheese.
sizable bar of soap? Meaningful? Indubitably, he ate the soap and died. Why is the soap set so purposefully along upon the dish, like the victim's last supper, in fact? Yes. He got so hungry that he ate soap? Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course, the fork reveals the answer. He's like, this fucking idiot.
That's so funny. That's a
Yeah.
reaction image right there.
That is, it's like, this dumbass. It appears that the young man's appetite was his undoing. Taking up arms in the form of his cutlery, the victim engaged in a deadly battle for his life.
Fucking god.
Yet the struggle against his hunger was in vain, for in the end he couldn't resist devouring the slippery feast. But London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the contents of the plate. The soap and the lather about the young man's mouth are too perfectly matched to ignore. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to excessive ingestion of foul soap. Though, personally, I have a greater interest in the taste of foul candle wax, of course. What?
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Poisoning from soap ingestion. What the fuck is happening? Suicide.
Suicide or murder.
Alright, get up, big boy. Tell us what happened. The cause of death identified, we proceed to Act 2. Will be pawned in the next question. Was a suicide or murder? What do you think, Soski? Okay.
Why are you asking me?
The audience will recall that the death occurred during the victim's last supper. Did the man dine and die alone? The single teacup suggests the answer. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly.
Sosuke's
He's tweaking.
I know, he's like, I'm pissed at you because you're a moron and also get away from me.
The careful criminal could have absconded with his own cup to cover his tracks. Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow.
I love Sasuke. He's so funny.
He is. And tell you what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. Though forced to open now at the time of the incident, this door was locked. And the sole key was in the victim's pocket. In other words, when the victim consumed the poison, he must have been alone. Alone with his inferior soap from whence he wafted an inferior scent. And with that acrid aroma lingering in the air, the victim met his end in a tragic solitude. We could take comfort only in the fact that his soul was well cleansed on his way to the hereafter. No possible perpetrator present. Well, at least his breath smelled good when he went out to heaven. Or hell. Thus concludes the final act of Herlock Sholmes' great deduction.
Could you imagine?
Give it a
Sholmes
rating.
getting down near his mouth. Yes, Irish Spring.
Dove.
Dove.
What the
That
fuck?
sounded like a load of baloney.
I'm gonna make it deep throat my fish and chips.
Jesus.
There's just one thing, Mr. Sholmes. My god. You're disposed to identifying just one thing, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Pray, what concerns you this time? Well, no matter
all
how
of it.
hungry he was, do you really think the man would have eaten soap? It is quite apparent that this man had barely a penny to his name, even though he has the really fancy clothes on. It's a curious thing, but being one so destitute, soap can suddenly appear quite irresistibly appetizing. I don't disagree with him there. Some soaps actually do look good.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, whenever I was little, I was just like, yo, Dove soap actually looks good. Of course, I never tasted it.
I don't
but
know if I ever had that happen.
I never eaten soap, but
I've
sometimes I
eaten
look at
soap
it, I'm
for
like,
saying a bad word.
I wonder what would happen if I just took a bite out of this, because it looks good, but I never did.
Oh, I definitely just had a... That's a bad word. Put this in your mouth.
I don't think I've ever had soap.
I also had a sock. So...
Take this soap.
So I guess they didn't do that to you, but they
Nope.
did it to me.
Probably because I wasn't dumb enough to curse in front of them. I cursed
even-
once and I got grounded.
Well, I got a soap and I got a sock.
Hey,
Anyways,
I got a
How-
fist.
how extraordinary.
In truth, I tried a little soap myself in the past. Of course you have. You've eaten it, you mean? My dear fellow, it was some time ago now. My postulation was that it would cleanse my gut.
What?
And did it?
As I writhed in agony on the floor and split the contents of my stomach, yes, I believe it did.
What the fuck?
The experience taught me a valuable lesson. Soap is quite poisonous.
That's like that episode of SpongeBob where he chews and eats the soap, but because he's a sponge, it just comes out all of his holes.
Yeah. Has an unpleasant taste and leads to great discomfort. In summary, I cannot recommend it.
You soap eater.
Believe me, I wouldn't eat it even if you did.
There's something that troubles me as well, actually.
Oh, what's that?
Mr. Sholmes.
Mr. Natsume.
Wait, how old is everybody?
What?
10, 34, 20, 33, 44, 31.
No!
A failed actor.
I couldn't help noticing him shuddering and quivering out of the corner of my eye.
Quibbling.
Quibbling.
Almost as if Mr. Sholmes' deductions touched
Can
a
you
nerve
be less
somehow.
suspicious, Soski?
I know.
Nonsense. Well, that clenched teeth episode didn't last.
I think, judging by Mr. Natsube's reaction, he might be guilty as fuck. The great detective's deductions may need some gentle corrections in order to reach the actual truth.
Yes, Mr. Sholmes' observations and deductions are sometimes a little too sharp. He has a tendency to hit the nail on the side of the head and drive it into the absolutely wrong fucking angle. When he does that, it falls down to straighten things out. Alright then, let's see what we can do.
Yes, we must pick the key words out in Mr. Sholmes' quite brilliant deductions, and discreetly exchange them for something that makes a little more sense. If we can do that, I'm sure we'll arrive at what Mr. Sholmes meant to say in the first place.
What do you mean?
In that case, are you ready for the second performance of the day? Once again, my dear fellows, for your continued delight and wonder, let the curtain rise. For Sherlock Holmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, Act 1. And I think this is a perfect place to stop this episode.
Yeet ha.
So next time on The Great Ace Attorney Resolve, we're going to do the Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, Act 1. Still mad that they killed off Shamspeare like that. I wanted to have him as a witness or something.
I know. I'm
But
so
I guess
sad.
not.
He would have been so funny.
Yeah, so I'm curious what Olive Green is going to have to do with any of this. The Gyarados is probably going to show up again, and I'm curious if that other Professor Layton character is going to show up. Because he looked like he was from a Layton game.
Yeah, he honestly does.
But I don't know, I guess we'll see. So, as always, if you all enjoyed and want to show some love and support for the series, you know what to do. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you all in the next episode.
episode.